Hello and welcome. Right, we are going to take this over. Got that couple of extra tons. We need to grab the Canelwood too, but we've only got this one. Yeah, sometimes that is my trouble, and that's what I was talking about this being not quite. Yeah, it doesn't happen very often with the slightly heavier. It's still, you can't take the Bureau out of it, no matter what you really do. It's still a little bit. Like, even though the physics are telling it is heavy, it's still got the limitations of the physical. Yeah, things are still as small as they actually are on the real Bureau. Whereas you can physically see, even on the heavy one, it's heavy, but it's still. I can't remember if it's actually physically bigger though. Because I have had the big one, the 400 odd horsepower jobby, and it doesn't sort of have the limitations that this was. I don't think so. I'm sure it was. It's almost like the power is it, in which case somehow it's not translated properly. Yeah, I'll get back to what I was saying here. Sometimes I'm in way too much of a rush. I am, and it's sort of like, yeah, I must get this done. It is one of the byproducts of like trying to compress. You sort of like get yourself worked up into a like, yeah, I've got to get this all, I've got to get that done, and sometimes one thing I did always admire about Mr. P was he doesn't ever give you that impression of being rushing. He owns it, and it is what it is, and we all looking for it, really, to be honest. Yeah, it's why he is who he is and why he's got such a following, really, I think. I mean, yeah, no, don't get me wrong, yeah, he would be the first to sort of say that his channel, it took him a long time. It's one thing I've realised about my channel is you don't suddenly get like massive overnight. I think we'll go the proper way. It's a little bit, would you risk going over a rickety old bridge? Yeah, sometimes you've got to like look beyond what things look like to the reality, really. Yeah, the last recording was a bit strange. Yeah, it's too much to go into all that happened. Obviously, it's weird that the consequences of something like, just keep that like that so that he doesn't try to. We shut the gate. Apologies, car. We're just like protecting you from running me over. Yeah, there are consequences. Obviously, I put the new hard drive in. I transferred my library because I wanted to run it from the faster drive. I did 2 episodes. It failed, which then meant I tried to run. It's weird. It ran through the night. Looked, there was an upgrade from the manufacturer. Let's not say who it is. Yeah, the manufacturer. There was an upgrade for it. It ran that, so I thought, oh, fantastic. And then a few minutes, like through the night, it ran for a couple of hours, and then all of a sudden, I played the video that I'd watched, sort of like partially watching the editing, but I'd fallen asleep, as is my usual want. And literally went on, and it no longer existed, and it kept literally saying that what I wanted, because the shortcuts existed, but like the device that it was on, it kept saying no, is not there anymore, in computer fail language, basically. And I thought, oh my life, worst case scenario, hard drive has failed and we've lost 2 episodes. So I thought, oh, and of course it does go, usually like, it's the magnitude of, I've done all that work, I'd like got that far, and now I'm gonna have to do it all over again, and you know what I mean? And it's a bit gutting all in one, but obviously there's then the consequences to take the computer to pieces again, grab the hard drive out, reinstall Farmer Simulator, which is not exactly a small program, really. I could have gone back the other way, but it's with chatting. It'll do the proper way. Yeah, so yeah, the rest is history. I put my old normal drive in. Yeah, well, it's still an M2 SSD, and I've ordered another one of those, only the faster version, because I thought, well, the manufacturer that I chose last time is a good memory stick maker, and I'm not going to drop names because it'll look like I'm plugging for my I mean, there were lots of big names, aren't there? I have had Samsungs, again, a bit like a lot of Samsung devices, they tend to be a bit more expensive and not an awful lot better, if any better, than the other manufacturers who are quite renowned. That I never buy one of these Samsung drives ever. I have in the past bought a cheap drive and really regretted it. Never was I straight for one of those unknown manufacturers, whether it in time became a good manufacturer. I stick to the big names that I can find that have proper warranties, especially with like the channel as well. But yeah, I was sort of saying, Mr. Silly B, it did take you many years to grow the channel, and I am learning patience. It is. I mean, the numbers are going up. You guys and gals are voting with your subscriptions and your likes, and that. Not so many comments. No, I don't. You get some. A lot of you drop the odd comments, but I sort of like wonder what I'm doing wrong or what I should do more, or because I try to engage in the videos, but no, we're sort of past that now. And I know that's a trouble when you're sort of knowing it's a game, isn't it? Because you wouldn't really leave it like that. You wouldn't grab it, right? But we have got work to do, and it is a game, and we know it's a game, really. So we can't really escape from that fact. Yeah. So then, right? So we need to grab. Is the 2 tons? Oh, that is true, actually. That is true. Yeah, I've just had a thought, and it's actually not completely a bad idea. Right, so then, oh no, it is that one we need. So we're grabbing the canola, which will not quite fit in here either, and this may actually work because I believe we work just slightly under 2,000 litres. That's not a bad idea, and this very place that we are on the Marvvv will accept seeds. So, with that in mind, let's borrow this because we can kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Yeah, we're going to grab the last 1,800 something litres. It's going to be fun directing the pipe to this little capture, though, isn't it? It's not exactly what you call a big trailer, even though it'll work. I believe we've probably got something like about 300 or 400 litres left in the silo. Let's have a look. It should tell you, shouldn't it, really? Canola. 770 litres. Yeah, I'm not going to lose any sleep over that, even though it's yeah. Did we feed the animals this morning? Yes, we did, but it's just that it's gone green again. The one thing I did notice, which I'm going to point out, is that we fixed this initial problem with the TMR fresh forage crops mix, but this is catching up again every time. It's sort of like, yeah, I'm wondering, do we cut the grass? Will that actually affect? Yeah, that's the baler as well. It's at the baler going at the beginning. So I thought, and then obviously we've got that to do, but we really are at the very end of the Let's Play. There's, yeah, the cleanup to do, that other field to do, so I'm hoping that the actual episodes, as in the work, we will actually finish now. And we've got all the bales to do, so that is definitely another session. This would be a monster if I did that. So let's see, can we? All my life you did it straight away. Well, that was a little bit fluky. I believe that is a double. So, I'm very pleased with the team. That was not a bad idea, Mr. Smith. You do occasionally have them. It did work. Yeah, there's a lot of cleanup to do, which we're going to go loose. And there's all the bales to get. And I am going to, that's what I was going to say. I looked in edit and I thought, you're a terror for starting a conversation and then not carrying on with like what you were going to say. What I was going to say was, and we are going to hire the bale, manufacturer's escaping me, but the one that collects 24 round bales, we are going to the Anderson. That's the one. Yeah, we're going to grab the Anderson, going to lease it. I would have liked to have overall. We could afford it, but it would be nice to see how well we do without wasting money that we don't need. Yeah, I mean, we bought the header, and if we did get a beat stroke the TN, and we were fortunate enough to get that or the Colossus in the sales, then I would buy it because it's what the farm would have going forward, so it would be an investment in our future. But if it doesn't drop, then we'll just go and we'll just see how well we did on hard economy. Which really, this is, I think, probably one of the first new farmer stroke start from scratches that I've ever done. You know, as in like we're using hard economy, I think, because most of my normals are start from scratches. This is a new farmer, but we've done it in hard, so it's sort of a hybrid, really. It is funny how most of us are sort of like, you get given a slot like Giants say that you must do new farmer slot and it's easy, and how people will only use the settings that you give it. They're only really a guide. You could, as you get better, because new farmer slot is good. I come to really quite enjoy it, and this one, because it usually bothers me about like the amount of animals, I could have done the same. It was only after I was looking at DJ Goham, one of his videos, because I used to edit, and I thought, oh, it might have changed. And I looked at his video and thought, no, it's exactly as it used to be, exactly as you always knew it was. So let's edit it. It's not, all you're doing is altering that number so that you can have more cows. You're not cheating. You're not like making any sort of, I mean, the water, I did that so that we don't need to put the water in as well, but I believe it will charge us. That is the way that the most modern farms in FS22 work, so I presume that with me saying true, it's going to put the cost of the farm up a little, and we're only talking a little bit, aren't we? It's only like adding your water rates, a monthly water rate sort of thing to it, if that really, it's not quite that severe, so yeah, I mean, thank goodness we don't get all of the bills that you would get in real life. Right, so let's get this going. Let's shut that gate again. And then we're going to grab that, yeah, we're going to try and get the loose done this session. Or do we get the Anderson to make the loose easy? Yeah, I think we will. Yeah, the one thing in editing I sort of looked at was, yeah, we won't be long, honest, was that it was, I thought, you really should have got those bales up first rather than trying to get loose. It looked, some of it was quite painful, and I thought, yeah, really, again, that's my rush. Again, it's got its advantages too, but it would have been, I thought, really, it was just, you could have just got the bales off, really, that would have been a much better idea, but yeah, you're sort of doing what you can, and it doesn't always work out as you'd like. But it is me, I suppose. That doesn't mean to say I can't change, but yeah, we've also got to get this loose off here. There's only about, I think it's 20 something or 30 tons on that entire field. You can see, you can hardly see that there's any on there, but you can just make out the brief, very, very weak windrows on there. Let's drop that off like that. Ooh, I hate doing that. As you can see it go down when... I don't know if it really would do that, or whether it would stay stationary. I'm not sure how the hydraulics would work. Whether it would naturally just release gradually like that, or whether it would just stick because there's no power to it anymore. I'm not sure. Because it has, obviously it holds that by power, and if that power goes, then I would imagine it really would slowly sink like it did. Right, let's just... so I think we probably... let's be sensible and grab the Anderson. Let's grab those bales. And we will use this because it is a very adept, still fairly hefty tractor. So I think we will use this, and we will grab... have the Anderson dropped off in the field where the Massey did the bales on our left in a minute, the next field along. And then we'll go and grab the others. And we also want to shift the bales that are actually outside. In fact, we probably could do with doing that first, which is to shift the bales there to make room for the ones we're about to grab. So we'll do that too. But I am going to time-lapse it because there's so much work to do. I'd like to really, even if it's a long session, to get all of what we've got to do done. Not the actual, what I call the tallying up, where you like processing all of the products, because that's going to be a session in itself. To see how well we did to process all of that type of stuff is going to be next. So, right, let's ask the shop to drop off the Anderson. And yeah, it's a beautiful tractor for that price, though. Look at that. And it is the 170 for 35,000. Schnibbled off makes some cracking tractors. I do prefer the 9 Series though. I've got to, yeah, he is a bit of a lurchy, definitely, which is why I call him the lurcher, obviously. Right, so then we want a bale loader. We want that one, and we want to lease it right here. Right, smashing. Ooh, what's just unplugged? It'll be my disc. It did. Yeah. This is what it does. Yeah, and it's weird. This has got a bit of a flaw with external discs. Every now and again it drops. So it's got to really be a flaw with the actual laptop. It is one I can live with. It's not really going to be the end of the world, and I'm not getting rid of it. It's too good in every other way. It's got. Oh, I've just noticed my NVIDIA that you won't see. The overlay just decided to pop. So then, we need to grab. Totally forgotten what I was on about now, as in like what I was going to grab with this. Oh, the straw bales, that's right. Yeah, when you're mentally tired, your ability to keep on the same tack. So, and I have noticed that it's not always bad. Yeah, recently I've been picking up and remembering where I was going with that sort of thing. I think you just was on about that. Finish it off. So yeah, it's again, it's some days are better than others. But it is my job really. I realise it is a very mentally taxing job, IT really. As well as the fact that it's not just IT. We drive around from service to service, and often yeah, on Friday I was doing multiple things all at once, so it's not always. Let's just move this out of the way. I'm not sure I can grab this. I think I can. I'm sure I can. Yeah, the carrot is a decent one. Well, this makes it sound like the design. That's not really what I don't know. I think I was going to say the lights, not too bad. Now then, I think, if I remember rightly, because of these being nerfed, we can grab them like that and drag the top ones sort of and they'll fall. Yeah. So anyway, it's time-lapse time. Yeah, I'm going to say my words. I'm going to see you guys and gals on the other side. doing at the time lapse, I thought I'd chat while we do this. I'm quite nicely surprised by how well we did do this with bales on the ground, actually. It was a bit... It was. I was looking at it and I was thinking, it's a bit messy. Yeah, that's... I remember there's quite a few. So good job there's a... Yeah, otherwise they'd be in the water. Where's me? Oh, I can't see it. It's gone into the grass. It's done that trick where you can't see it. Ooh, gonna have to sort of like... Might have to sort of come at a nastier angle. Oh, okay. Or we might not. See, it's deceptive when it disappears in the grass. You can't really see it, apart from where it moves the grass very slightly. Well, I think I'm hitting the wall. I can't see a thing. I cannot see where that arm is at all. Which is not, not that, but it is realistic. I would imagine in long grass, that would be pretty much how it would look. Yeah, we did sort of really chuck quite a few down here. Now then, I think there's a wall all the way down, so I think, other than the fact that we're going to get banged by the odd tree limb that's a little bit big, or like that, where you get caught on something, should be reasonably okay. Let me only get into that little see any. I am grateful for the wall though. I have, it's true, there have been the odd one of them where there's just like little tiny sticks and it goes straight through them and you're like, oh. To be honest, I always did say that I'd learned my lesson from that, where I'd actually build a fence, but obviously we've got a wall here, so that's not too bad. But it is true, you could sort of, bales are still cash, not usually as straw themselves, but as like, yeah, breaking it down to compost or, I mean, I usually silage all the way, really, to be honest. I am wondering though, because we're going to have a shed load of silage, we're going to have an end product. The other thing is, on combined counters, no, one combined counters, it was, which, let's play, was it that oh, it was Calmstone, of course it was. I was going to pump up the productions, because you're not doing it for your benefit at that point, you're doing it to sort of speed up the fact so everyone can see how well you're doing, so it doesn't really have a bearing on the farm. So really I do think it is as an instrument, really it's as a tool at that point, so I don't think we should bear the costs, it's just to try and speed it up. So what I'm saying is you wouldn't do it in the Let's Play. I kept those at what we needed to do the business. I never upgraded them, you know, look beyond what we needed them. So if we wanted to upgrade everything and spend the shed load of money, we shouldn't be spending our money. It's really a tool so that I'm not going to bore you to tears with a 2-hour-long episode. It's a tool just to speed that process up. You've not got any more straw than you've not got any more straw than you actually have got. So you're not cheating. You're not like, yeah, because it really is just a matter of seeing how well did we do and, you know, that type of thing. But I am wondering what we do with the silage, even if it's just to cash out. Now then, let's grab that this time. That's, if we can. I think it's got bashed upside down or something bad. Right, let's get it, or it might not. It's gone the wrong way. Let's use super strength for once. It's a valid use, really. It's sort of like, yeah, it's what's doing that? It's doing the flying. That'll do. Let's just grab it. At least it looks like we care, because we do care about it. It's just, as you say, I'm very practical, and there's no practical use for it anymore because I know that I've finished using it, but that's not like what we do in real life. Now I do keep catching that right hand side one. It's a bit brighter now, but yeah, this is going to be a bit tricky because you've got to come out, and then I've like made my swing space smaller because I've got that on the foot. So I'm going to have to sort of like scrunch a bit, I think. Yeah, I looked at the farm supply production. Oh, I like that. That's a bit heavy on the front end. to drop it. Which we can. Got to be careful of the arm. Yes, that was not the wisest choice to try and... I thought afterwards, you don't have to. We had sort of trying to fine tune it so it doesn't take forever. But obviously, I was forgetting about the arm coming out, so he grabbed hold of the hedge. It didn't really help us very much. I think we're going to have to, like, go to the right, then reverse into the shed, which is very well placed. Yeah, ideal for square bales. The only thing is, I suppose you could say the same for round bales, really. Yeah, it's true. It doesn't have to be. You don't have to stack square bales, do you? Really? Although they do stack better, obviously. But that's better. See if we can get them in this time. Normally reasonably good at that, but it's surprising how your angles look completely different. Right, so there's a few more bales. There's a couple in the original fields. Yeah, the only bad thing about being impatient like that, the animation goes funny, so you've got to learn to be a bit more patient. It is about the immersion. If you're going to play a game but you're trying to portray a farmer, you know, or a group of farmers doing a job, you've really got to try and aim for immersion, where it's the finishing touches, I think, that make a good content creator. When you see, I mean, I still try to portray it as it is. In other words, I don't cut out. If I make a mistake and I clang into a doorpost, I'm going to show it. I'm not going to cut it out like some content creators where it then makes them look like they're perfect, because they're not. You know, they are going to clang into things the same as the rest of us. But so it sort of then adds a false thing about you as a content creator, I think, if you do that. But each to their own. I'm just trying to portray a real thing, but it is real. I'm not cutting anything out to suit myself. But sometimes the other thing is, you can be quite funny if you don't take yourself too seriously. I'm quite happy to give people a laugh at my expense, really, because it makes me laugh. So I'm sure it makes other people laugh too. Right, so we didn't do bad. It's just, yeah, only a few little tiny pips. So that's not bad. Yeah, I wasn't sure if the caravan was a business and the windmill was a generator, but it's not. I don't need one. That's not what I meant. I was wondering what if it had a purpose, but it doesn't. It's not. Oh, I might like that. No, we did it. It's not too bad. Yeah. So the only other reason I didn't do the grass was that also. Although you can see, actually, it's still not. It's not long enough. That's probably second road. So we'd be cutting in October, and it's more about the processing. Although, as I said, I suppose going forwards, it probably is, because I do like to do everything. I don't like, you know, like to leave any work done that we should be doing. Yeah, because then it's not a true sort of complete. I mean, yeah, there's always going to be bits, and there's sometimes bits I realise that I actually forget about that don't always show up in the time-saving stock check. I believe. No, we've still got a couple. We might get those with the loader because they are a bit difficult to grab. We'd have to sort off, I suppose. Yeah, we could do it. Let's do it. Because I do love the fact. Yeah, let's have a look on camera. Is there a transport mode? Because once you put that down, it doesn't ever go back into that truly horizontal position. It goes to like a dangly half. Yeah, we all know what I'm talking about. It sort of like doesn't go like true horizontal. It like goes to the operating position. But I don't think you can pull it back until you literally finish. Like this one, it's empty. I'm sure, unless they've changed it, it is possible. And then this is, yeah, no, we can put it down. That's What's operating position? No, that's down, but that we want that anyway. Ooh, only. Let's put it up for a second. Let's get around the corner. It's a bit tricky, especially with that down. It might clang a lick. Apologise for that. Yeah, it's a little bit nice, the Anderson bricks. Yeah, the black sort of semi-ethereal. I did notice I went through the trailer a little. I was trying to be good, but I thought, oh, I just saw that go through the trailer, so I knew I'd not quite done it as well as I thought I had. So in real life, I would have clanged into the trailer. Although the other thing is, your view, if you were going to go to this view, is... But then again, you've got to look like that to sort of truly see can you go. And then in real life, you'd have half of the view on the left as a perspective thing, which is why obviously 3D is so good. Which is why really this is the best truthful, because you've got perspective. It is, no matter how much it is nice to do it like first person, but you've not got the field of view that you normally would have in real life, so it's sort of a bit defeating. Until this is made into like a 3D, which obviously we know FS25 even isn't. I would imagine Giants are doing it obviously as IT and knowing about the inner workings of computers, having been a system builder since the 80s, I know what is under the hood of a PC, and I'm sure the graphics capabilities, I know because I bought one deliberately for the channel. I was going to do 3D, but it's not that simple, which is why no one's done it. I've gone the same route as everyone else. I tried it and thought, yeah, it's not that simple. The resolution would be far worse that I could produce. So it's worse for content, but better for yourself if you do the 3D. And it is out there now. You can sort of make it work, sort of. It's a little funky, but not totally. Oh, yeah, I think it's a half-finished veil, but that's it. Right, let's put that up. And I think for these few, we can stick with this one. The others not got. Well, I don't know. We've just chucked a shed load of straw in there. I would still imagine this has probably got more than that though. That's only a few hundred tons. This had 693 already. We can, of course, grab a couple of the biggies. 250 ton. That's what I was trying to say. Again, that's something else. Thinking about it, you could lease something like that at cost and ferry stuff around, because again, you're only trying to show people what you did. So you're trying to do it more quickly, but that's it. Really, the let's play is sort of over now, as in the work is done. Yeah, we've literally done all of our harvests. Everything is in that's going to be in. So all spending after we send the Anderson back is all done really. Yeah, I mean, we've got one header. We never got the big header. Never got like a normal header. But it is what it is. Let's just drop that down now for now. So I think that's us, really. I'm going to end this session, and then next time I would like to show you how well we did, though, with the straw and that in everything. Oh, are you saying? The windmills that got 1,000,000 litres. Oh, my life. So we probably could do with grabbing a little bit out of that one. So we put the straw silage on, because there's not an awful lot more. We've filled up the other one. If I was trying to work it out, it's roughly about 8 months at 50 odd tons. So we obviously need to speed this up, but this is what I'm saying. Next session because this is the end. I mean, literally, all that remains to be done is to see how well we actually did. Sort of, I'm going to sell the cows and all that type of stuff like I do now. Only I wouldn't in real life. It's more about, this is to show if we sold every last little bit of cows and that obviously, what we would have for selling up lock, stock and smoking barrel. Bearing in mind, I'm not going to sell the farm, but we will look at its value, because this is our farm. So we will sort of do everything we need to do to see how well we actually did. So we've got 1,000. We've got 400 tons in that. So that's obviously doing well. We put the milk in. We've got our own sugar, so we did all of that. Straws in 1,000,000 litres in this one. No, sorry, that's the. We do need to stick the canola oil on again. And sunflowers. Did I not run that? Yeah, we did. Oh no, this is the Farmer Jeb. It's a beast. It will have. Yeah, yeah, it's there. It's just tremendous. That canola oil that'll be done by the blink of the eye by morning. So we need to stick straw, not in this one. Now, the other thing I did, sorry to shout, it was switch these on because I'd realised that, yeah, these could be far more effective in this. We switched it off because a long time ago we were not producing enough slurry in that, but obviously there's a lot of slurry in it, is my point. Let me just show you in that. Yeah, lots of digestion, lots of slurry, lots of methane, lots of manure, well too much manure to actually sort of do really. So that's yeah one of those things. But again, we could upgrade this at not our cost to see how well it actually does. So I'm rather intrigued on seeing that. So the farm, we want the straw silage on, which this has got 775. So the windmill now's overtaken the one where we are now. We should have. Ah, well, we didn't do bad. It would have been the other way around. This would have had like 1.5 million litres, and that would have had nothing. So yeah, it's not a bad mix. So I would say the decision we've got now is what do we do with the silage, as in end product? Do we like bring the BDSSB and make it into? Because I mean, you could sell silage direct, but you're not going to get a lot for it. But then again, that's fair for those jets. It is. It's fair dues that you're not going to get very much for it, but it's still a product. That's what I'm saying. So what do we do? Do we do that, or do we turn it into something else that would cost us because we'd have to make the thing and then sell the silage, but it's still going to be worth maybe 100,000 on top for a little farm. Bear in mind, this is on hard economy. I'm not bothered. It's what I'm saying is on normal economy, we could like sell the farm lots like a smoking barrel for 18 million, 12 million. I've done all of these types, 3.5 million for a little short run. I've even done that. So for this proper, I mean, fields wise, the prices on this map are quite reasonable, but we bought a lot. Yeah, I mean, we did do well. I mean, not additional when you consider, I think we had all of that. We've only bought these, but I didn't want this to go to begin with. It was a short run, and then I thought I really do like this. Maybe I could have gone a little bigger, and then we could have done. It's just that we are so close to FS 25 that really, it's time to finish it because at least it's finished. I don't want to leave it half done. I did the same with Low Noke on FS 19 when FS 22 was dropping. I really just wanted to finish it, and there was a lot of work to do. Only just finished it a day or two before FS22 dropped, so yeah, got a lot of episodes to post, and I may well still be posting a few of them as we go into FS25. But for this session, all that remains to be said is that. Can you see underneath that? Oh no, it's just an optical illusion. It is filled. Yeah, all that remains to be said for this session is thank you very much for watching. Truly do hope you're going to stick with me on what's left of those windmills. I've got DLSS on here. It's such a... Yeah, it's just... I'm going to switch it off again. Every now and again I try. I think everyone raves about it, but windmills with like weird little things, that's not good. It isn't. So yeah. So, let's do that. Remains to be said is goodbye for now.